All right, let's talk about something where knowing the right steps isn't just a good idea. It can literally be the difference between a minor incident and a life-changing injury. We're diving into chemical safety, and specifically what you need to do when every single second counts.
And look, that's not me being dramatic. That quote, it comes straight from official safety protocols. When you're dealing with some of these common workplace chemicals, the window you have to prevent permanent harm is, well, it's incredibly small.
So what exactly are we up against? Well, for today, we're focusing on some of the usual suspects you'd find in a lab or an industrial site. Things like sulfuric acid, liquid alkalis, organic solvents. The reason we're singling these out is simple. They can cause horrific damage, like chemical burns or even blindness, almost instantly.
Okay, let's tackle the scenario that probably scares people the most. A chemical splash right in the eyes. In that moment of pure panic, your gut reaction, your natural instinct, can actually be your worst enemy. It can lead you to do something really, really dangerous.
Think about it. What's the first thing you'd want to do? Probably rub your eyes, right? But that just spreads the chemical around, making a bad situation so much worse. Or maybe you just squeeze your eyes shut and hope for the best. Well, your tears are no match for these chemicals. They can't neutralize them. But the biggest mistake? Wasting precious, sight-saving seconds looking for a supervisor. Your first and only priority in that moment is you.
So, let's just throw instinct out the window. In a crisis like this, you don't need instinct. You need a clear, life-saving protocol that you can just do without thinking. So here's exactly what that looks like.
Step 1. Do not hesitate. You immediately get to the nearest source of water, which is hopefully an eye wash station. Now, step 2 is absolutely vital, and it's not going to be pleasant. You have to physically use your fingers to hold your eyelids open. It's the only way to make sure the water's actually getting to the surface of your eye. As you're rinsing, roll your eyeball all around, up, down, side to side, to flush everything out. Then you just keep rinsing. We'll talk about how long in a second. Only after all that is done, you cover the eye with some clean gauze and get medical help, fast.
Oh, and here's the detail that's so easy to forget in the chaos, but it is so important. When you go for medical help, you have to bring the chemical safety data sheet, the SDS. That piece of paper tells the doctors exactly what they're dealing with and how to treat it properly. It's probably one of the most helpful things you can do for your own recovery.
15. That's the number. If you remember nothing else, remember this one. 15 minutes. It's the number that could save your eyesight.
So why 15 minutes? Is that just a random number someone picked? Not at all. It's based on science. It is the absolute minimum time required to be sure that the chemical is flushed out of the eye tissue. If you cut it short, you're taking a huge risk that some of the chemical is left behind, just continuing to do damage. It is completely non-negotiable. Okay, let's switch gears to the next scenario, a chemical splash on your skin. And just like with an eye splash, the correct first move is, well, it's probably not what you think it is. But getting it right is crucial to minimizing the burn.
You need to burn this into your brain. The golden rule for a skin splash is absorb first, then rinse. See, if you have a lot of liquid chemical on you, your first instinct might be to run to the water. But hold on, your first move is actually to get the bulk of that chemical off your skin without spreading it around. Why? Because hitting it with water right away can just spread the chemical over a much larger area of your body.
So here's the play-by-play. First, you gently pat the area with a dry cloth or paper towel, anything absorbent. I have to say it again, you pat, you do not wipe. Wiping just smears it. At the same time, you are getting any contaminated clothing off your body, immediately. After you've gotten the excess off, then you start rinsing with a gentle flow of water for a full 15 to 20 minutes. Then you cover it with a clean cloth and go get medical help.
And let's be super clear about what not to do. Do not, under any circumstances, put ointments, creams, or any of those so-called neutralizers on a chemical burn. All you're doing is trapping the chemical against your skin, which can make the burn way worse. And when you rinse, use a gentle stream. You're not trying to pressure wash your skin. You could cause more damage. The goal is to flush, not to blast.
Okay, so we've spent a lot of time talking about what to do after something has gone wrong. But you know what? The real goal, the absolute best safety plan, is making sure you never, ever have to use these procedures to begin with.
Because really, the most powerful safety tool you have isn't the eye wash station, is not the emergency shower. It's that little mental checklist you run through in your head before you even think about opening a chemical container.
Let's run through it. First up, are you wearing the right gear? We're talking proper resistant gloves and safety goggles. This is your armor. It's the first and most important barrier between you and a disaster.
Next question for yourself. Do you know exactly where the nearest eye wash station is and the shower? And not just where it is, but are you sure it's clear and ready to be used? An eye wash station with a bunch of boxes in front of it is totally useless.
This one feels basic, but it's just common sense, right? Are you wearing long sleeves and closed-toe shoes? It's all about minimizing how much skin is exposed. The less skin showing, the lower your risk of a serious injury.
And here we are, full circle. Have you actually read the SDS for the specific chemical you're about to use? Before you start, you have to know the risks. The SDS is your playbook. It tells you what you're up against and what to do if things go wrong.
So at the end of the day, while it's absolutely critical to know how to react, a real culture of safety is all about what you do before the accident. It's built on prevention.
So I'll just leave you with this one question. And it's not for your boss, it's not for the safety manager, it's for you. The next time you walk into that lab or onto that site, before you start your next task, ask yourself, am I actually prepared? Because when seconds count, that preparation is everything.